It's time now for Reclaiming America with our counterculture mom, Tina Griffin. Well, we've got two stories today, and one is good news. Since Texas implemented its Heartbeat Act, we find out now that abortions in Texas across the state have absolutely plummeted. The new legislation requires bans on abortion once cardiac activity is detected in the baby, usually around 6 weeks. So this is really a triumph for the pro-life movement.
It's major, and the neat thing is that I've been reading over the last 2 decades about pro-life babies developing in the womb. It's actually 14 days after conception is when the heart can start beating already. So even the 6 weeks is further along than what I think is happening. It's amazing how many babies are spared as a result. Daily Wire just came out and said the law went into effect August 2021, and by the end of September, abortions had dropped 60%. 60%. Knowledge is power. That's what tells me is going on here. I actually interviewed Ken Ham yesterday at NRB live for the Counterculture Mom Show, and he has a pro-life display that he just launched at the Creation Museum about 2 years ago. It now shows the organs inside of the developing baby at all different stages throughout the pregnancy of what these organs look like. When the heart starts beating, liver function, kidneys. I have not seen it yet, but just the pictures alone, I just want to shed some tears, Dr. Duke. When people see the reality of life as it begins at conception in the womb, and they see truth for what it is scientifically, not what they've thrown in these textbooks, not what Planned Parenthood has been selling people for decades because they want to make billions of dollars a year at performing abortions, people make different and better decisions. So yay to Texas. Can we have that spread like wildfire throughout the U.S.?
Yeah, the point of science is to reveal the sacred nature of nature as it's been given to us by God, not to ignore scientific truth and murder children in the womb. I think that goes without saying. Speaking of children under fire, what is it about Northern Virginia? Northern Virginia has become the epicenter now. I suppose being the biggest suburb of Washington, D.C. answers the question. In Northern Virginia school, we have children, little toddlers, forced to wear masks while they're napping.
The number one thing I want to say, which is not Christ-like, is that we should have 2 or 3 N95 masks put on these teachers and see if they can actually breathe. It blows my mind what is going on with this school. There was a father, for example, that's speaking up. His 3-year-old twins at that school go there right now. He's probably going to pull them out because when he initially signed them up at the school, the marketing director told him and his wife that the masks were not required during the entirety of the classroom learning, and now his twin daughters are being forced to wear these masks 24/7 when they're at the school, including the naps, like you said. These kids can't breathe. And also the other concern that many parents have, not just at this school, but all over the country, is the fact that the learning for speech development with these kids is majorly being altered and harmed. They're 2 or 3 years, if not more, behind on speech learning because of the masks covering up their face. They're not learning how to speak properly.
So you have a perfect storm of kids developmentally way behind and teachers not teaching them reading anyway. This is going to be a shock to parents in about 5 years. Tina, last question for you. Does it seem to you, because it seems to me, like all these parents who have fought against masks and fought the mandates, it seems like the powers that be are taking it out, not on us, but on our littlest children?
Absolutely, and it gets to the point, not just at a school where they charge $12,000 per semester and requires all staff and students to wear masks and have a vaccine status if they receive a shot. We have to get to the point now where we protect our kids at all costs. I'm hearing way too many stories that mainstream media is not reporting of children dying as a result of wearing masks. They're even required in some schools to wear them while in athletic practice. Are you kidding me? That's insane. No one can breathe through a mask. It was hard for me to breathe when I was on a plane with a mask on, and I'm an adult. So it's now at the point, Dr. Duke, we literally have children's lives at stake. We have to pull them out of these institutions, fight back. If you need to, sue to get the point across, and pray that the right people are in office to actually have that lawsuit go through ethically on the side of the parent. This is completely stripping our rights away as parents. That's what they want. The elites want that in our country, and we have to fight back at all costs. And if that means everyone at this particular school ripping their kids out of class, that school would go under with no funding if it's $12,000 per semester per family, per child. So make sure you download the Counterculture Mom app. Get the premium section, and you will get alerts on your phone every single day of what Hollywood is trying to pump in our kids' brains that we want to run from, and also a lot of positive entertainment options are also given on there. Books, TV shows, 1 or 2 positive Netflix series that are left, and movies galore, video games, all of it right through our Counterculture Mom app.